houses of hours on it.
So we all got together.
Welcome. Hey, we got people
Whoa.
sitting down. It's like mystery.
We have a studio. We have a studio audience. It's true. The camera's there.
I'm Bill McCuddy. This is Patrick McLaughlin, and we are Weekend Live, the Hamptons Now. Everything we're talking about happening this weekend.
This weekend, and we're in the kitchen.
We are in the kitchen.
Someone's in the kitchen
It's also
with Bill.
Blatant Plug Week. I'm wearing an Accutron watch. Accutron. It's not just a timepiece. It's
I'm
a conversation.
I'm drinking a Polar Seltzer.
And these are, yeah. That bitter aftertaste tells you it's working.
Yeah.
And I'm wearing Hobie sunglasses, which they gave me at a golf outing for Ann Liguori. By the way, they had the artists and writers game last week.
Yes, they did.
And Ann got a hit. She
Oh, did she? Oh,
brought
cool.
her run in.
Cool.
Yeah.
Your
And-
golfing buddy.
And Carl Bernstein was there, and we're going to talk about something happening this weekend, actually Monday night, at Guildhall. It's all about Carl Bernstein. And I talked to the great Mark Ruffalo.
Does it involve creeps?
No, it involves...
Creeps.
No, it
No, committee to re-elect the president. Don't you know
that
your
kind
Water
of
Great
creep.
Gate
I thought
history?
you meant, I thought
No.
you meant people drinking at the American Hotel. No, it's in fact a reading of All the President's Men, and it's got an unbelievable star-filled cast. That is not the only thing going on this weekend. If you've just joined us, you haven't missed much. A guy walked in and you could see his head. But we're...
That's Philip O'Connell from Brown Harris Stevens.
Yeah, we've got the Real Estate Roundtable.
Yeah.
We're going to tell you what movies are playing this weekend, including two that you can watch at home, because there's no real big movie opening at theaters this weekend.
Are there any big movies coming out anytime?
No, this is sort of the, this
Deadsville?
is it. Everything that was going to happen has happened for the summer, and so now we get ready for fall when we're getting, things like the Hamptons Film Festival
Right.
and the Oscar contenders start to come out.
I'm amazed that Superman's on
Superman's
iTunes.
available.
Mission Impossible's on iTunes.
The Anna Damaris, am I saying that? Anna,
Ballerina.
the ballerina, the John. Wick
Everything's
movie.
on TV now.
By the way, she's in a new movie that is opening this weekend, but
that's
not in
right.
the Hamptons, that Ron Howard made.
Yeah, I saw that he was on Morning Joe, or where did I
called
see Ron
Eden.
Howard?
And Eden is not your typical Ron Howard kind of a movie. This
They
is
said it's like
about-
Lord of the Flies kind of
It
thing.
is, but with adults. They're on
Right.
this island. I guess a researcher or a paleontologist or something, and his wife, and they're all alone on this island.
And there's
then-
no dinosaurs on this island.
No, there's no big special effects. But they tell a German, this is, I believe during World War II, they tell a German newspaper, actually I think it's in the 20s, they tell a German newspaper that they're there living alone, and then other people show up. They want to see this Eden, this Shangri-La, and it gets ugly. It turns, when you
Ooh.
mentioned Lord of the Flies.
That's
it's
what they
like-
said. That's the one sort of description I read
Yeah.
or heard or whatever.
So that's
like
not
a-
opening this weekend.
Not in
out
here- not in the Hamptons
It's
anyway.
a couple of other really cool movies that we'll get here eventually are opening this weekend. But this weekend, here's what is happening. We mentioned Guildhall a moment ago. That's
Right.
Monday night. We're going to tell you all about that. I spoke to Mark Ruffalo about an hour ago, and he's excited. They won't tell us who's playing which part. So what I want to do is I want to read you the cast a little later in the show, and you tell me who's going to be Woodward.
Oh, I'm
who's
looking-
gonna be
I'm looking
Bernstein.
at it.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Okay, we'll do that in just a bit.
Yeah.
Also at Guildhall, G.E. Smith does this series
Right.
where he brings somebody famous and somebody up and coming, and they do a night of music.
I had no idea that happened.
Well, it's, I believe, already sold out, so I just want to warn you, but maybe there'll be some standing room only tickets. His son is coming, I think his name is Chad, and then some very famous people are playing. Joan Osborne is going to
Oh,
be
cool.
there. So G.E. Smith, for those who don't know, lives out here, used to be on the Saturday Night Live band. He's a big cover guy. He's been played in a lot of great
Played with Hall & Oates for a long time.
yeah, so he's
And
does
Stones, I
this
think, the
sort of
Roses.
in residence thing at Guildhall through the summer. That's happening. Also, Lexa Gates, you can get into this, is at Stephen Talkhouse.
Lexa Gates?
Yes, from
I don't know who
Queen,
Lexa
well, a
Gates
very
is.
young Queen's R&B singer,
don't know who she
very
is.
popular to everyone but you.
She's
and,
no flock of seagulls in my book, so there you go.
And did you get to Bonnie and Clyde the musical?
I heard it's a bang-up good time.
Yes, it is. It's a bloody mess. No, it's at the Bay Street Theater, and it is closing this weekend, so Saturday and Sunday,
Final
Friday,
performances.
Saturday, and Sunday nights. And Sunday night's the closing,
And then
8
Sunday
o'clock.
starts the Hampton Classic.
Yes, and they're off. And there's betting this year. That's going to be exciting. No, there's no.
No,
betting.
no, no, no. That's
But-
the hunt. The hunt breakfast is, they call it the hunt breakfast on Sunday.
Right.
Melissa? Melissa's.
And local day, right, where the locals ride and
Correct.
compete. So, yeah. I've said this before in the show, but I'll repeat it. My wife was in it a couple of years ago.
Oh.
And the quote they used in page 6 was, "I'm here to see my wife ride my 401k." So,
Damn, you're funny, Bill.
well, every now and then, not apparently to this crowd, but in general. Thank you for that courtesy. Also, we have the Hamptons Summer Songbook. Here
That
at
has been
Saturday
a
nights.
smash hit.
Yes, it has. And
Buffalo box office.
one of them is joining us today.
Yes, we do. We have Craig Rubano here.
That's correct.
And he's performing Saturday at 7:30.
7:30, yeah.
7:30. We got the time right this time.
He's been a minister. He's owned goats. So there's a lot of backstory there.
Like Troy Aikman goat or like
No,
the
no,
four-legged
like, I think
thing?
the real thing.
Like-
Right, Greg? The real thing?
correct.
Yeah, he
Real
said
goats.
real thing.
Yeah, you get milk, you get cheese. It's a good thing. And the Hampton Songbook, Bonnie and Clyde, Lexa G. Smith. Oh, and we forgot Saturday, the Summerfest benefit. That's the thing at the Southampton Arts Festival. And
Arts Center.
Arts Center, right.
Yeah,
The thing
correct.
across from Nagawan or Agawan or whatever that park is called. And it's kind of tucked behind, if you don't know where that Arts Center is,
Right.
they've been doing Sticks and Stones comedy there this
Right.
year.
Oh, yeah.
And this is their big benefit, so that's called Summerfest. Tickets still available for that, so if you're gonna go Saturday night and you're not seeing this on Sunday, if you are, you missed a great event, but if you haven't, if it's not Saturday night yet, where you're watching this right now, you can go get tickets at the southamptonartscenter.org.
But by the way, once again, Lori Gelman was here last week. She was so, let's mention her. She has been,
She wrote a book basically about this show. It's called You've Been Volunteered. She's a mom, and she's raising kids, and she's a mom on the Upper East Side or the Upper West Side or somewhere in Manhattan.
Somewhere in Manhattan, yeah.
And she's written a lot of books about it. She's got a murder mystery coming out soon that she
Right.
talked
Talked
about
about
last
last
week. But yeah, she was a great co-host last week. Pick up her books because they're great reading, perfect for the late summer beach read. All right, let's take a look at what kind of weather we're going to have this weekend. And when we come back, Craig from the Songbook joins us.
cool beans.
Here's what it's going to look like this week. So, good-looking weather, but Saturday night, we want to be inside, and that's at LTV, the giant tin box that's keeping property values down in Sagaponack, here on Industrial Road. And Craig Rubano joins us now from the Songbook, what's it called? The Hampton Summer Songbook.
Great American Songbook.
by the sea, yeah.
It's been going on all summer. I'll learn it just as it's over. So this is the second to the last weekend.
Second to last weekend, yeah. Next weekend, the 30th, the Moipe triplets are here. You don't want to miss
Shut
that.
up.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mary
Who are they
Marta
again?
and Maggie Moipe from Kenya, and they do like a Andrew Sisters thing through like a modern.
Really?
lens.
Oh,
that sounds cool.
They are fantastic.
But you're doing a little Sondheim kind of a salute?
There's going to be
or
some
kind
Sondheim, there's going to be some Jerry Herman, some Richard Rogers, some Stephen Sondheim. Oh, we already said that.
of- Well, he's good enough to
That's
repeat.
right, repeat twice. I'm
How
gonna
about
do more than
Claude?
one.
Wait, who were the guys who wrote Les Miserables, which you were in? Claude
Boublil and Schoenberg.
Boublil and
That's
Schoenberg,
it,
yes.
Boublil and Schoenberg. I will be doing one of those.
Oh.
Since that
And there's
was.
going to be a little baguette at every table that you steal.
With some brie.
Yeah, no, I had the pleasure of being in that show for a couple of years. On
How many
Broadway,
years were you
so-
in it?
2 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you enjoy listening to the soundtrack?
No.
There you go.
But I'll be singing one song from it that I did in the show every night. So.
I'm always fascinated by people that have long Broadway runs. Like, how do you keep it fresh every night? Is it the audience that makes it new for you, or do you do something a little differently to try?
It's interesting. Like before the show, you think you can't even climb the stairs to get there. Once the thing starts, you're just in it. You're just in it, and it's different every night because different things happen. Different people are in it. Understudies, swings.
And that's a long show, and you did two.
That's a very long show, and I did it.
Yeah,
when
that is long.
When it was
Wednesdays?
really long. 2 on Wednesday, 2 on Saturday. Yeah, it used to be 3 hours and 20 minutes long. So come down to 11:20.
So, but you didn't get to Joe Allen till like midnight.
They always save me a helping of mashed potatoes.
Oh, thank God!
I love
thank
mashed
God.
potatoes, and they often were out of it, so then they started saving me.
Now, who were you in Les Mis? I hate to go
I
back
was
to Les-
Marius. I was the one who lives.
Was that one day? No, that was Jean Valjean.
That's
Marius
Jean
is-
Valjean.
So
Yeah.
you were
I was
Russell
the-
Crowe in the movie?
No, it was Eddie Redmayne.
Oh,
You're
right.
Eddie Redmayne in the
That's
movie.
my first and last time I'll ever be Eddie. If you have to be somebody, that's not bad.
And the name of your show is Take the Moment. Why,
Take the
why
Moment.
that name? Why that name?
These are going to be, it's a personal show. So
Right.
these are songs that kind of have been along with me during the important moments in my life. So I kind of talk about I've had a very strange life, grew up in South America, came back here for school, ended up on Broadway, had a recording career, became a minister, owned some goats in New Jersey, where I live on a mountaintop, and now I live in
Told
Jersey.
you.
And,
You didn't believe me.
I just have visions of the thing from Sound of Music with the
right.
little goat puppet show
That's
now,
right.
like in the mountains.
So I tell the stories of those moments that really mattered in my life, and some songs that kind of get me from one story to the
You
next.
picked the songs,
I picked
but
the
they had
songs.
to come from the Great
They're from the Great American
Songbooks.
Songbook, so
And-
many of them will be known by many, and some of them are some surprises.
And who accompanies you? Do you have a?
I will have Beth Ertz, who's my music director. She'll be on piano, and Jeffrey Carney will be on bass. So
Our
it's
own
just
John
a piano
Gladstone
and
helped
bass.
put all this together.
Yes,
They've been
Josh
doing
and
it all
Donna have been
summer
great.
long. It launched in New York City at a little thing they did at the Triad.
Right, that was a fun night.
You were there.
I was there. Yeah, that was a great night.
That was I love that room. I've done some stuff there, and it's it's intimate. It's cool.
What kind of
It
stuff did
feels
you
like
do
a
there?
nightclub. Well, emceeing things.
I gotta clarify.
That's a pretty venue. Pretty venue.
It was all legit. Remarkable.
Now, how do you go from being a Broadway actor to a pastor to?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I
That's
mean,
kinda-
what was the order? I'm
That's
like,
kind of
that's
part
it.
of the story. Part of the story. But
And you tell that in the show.
yeah, I grew up in an international, school with kids from all over the world.
Oh, how neat.
And that kind of coexisted.
We're in South America, you said.
Argentina in Buenos
Wow.
Aires,
What's
and
the-
Peru in Lima.
Oh, wow.
Do not mean to get political, and we don't have to talk about this if you don't want to, but do you have family now that you're concerned about not being able to travel back and forth in the
I
next couple
don't.
of years?
My family's all American citizens, so we just went on an adventure that lasted for 15 years.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
And your Spanish is probably fluent, I would assume.
Yeah, started,
that's cool.
started speaking it
That's
as a
cool.
child.
And New York is the home base?
New York is the home base.
Do
That's
you
right.
get out here to the Hamptons much?
I have in the past, but I haven't been here in a while, and I've never been here to LTV Studios. I just looked at the space; it looks amazing.
Does
Oh,
it
cool.
inspire a song, maybe from La Miz, that would be?
La Miz, Les Mis.
La Miz, let's call that.
Well, let's hope there aren't empty chairs at empty
Tables.
tables, on
No,
Saturday
they've been
night.
selling it out, but you're gonna be.
Yeah, this has been selling out every week.
That's
This-
amazing. That's amazing.
So that's great.
Yeah.
And
So anyway, that coexistence from my
Okay.
childhood, I wanted to see if adults could get along. like
What's
we
your
did as
favorite
kids.
Broadway show?
That's why I became a minister.
I'm sorry, I cut you
My
off.
favorite Broadway show, Gypsy maybe.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a great one. That's a good one.
Shows about shows. I like shows about shows. Shows about shows.
Tremendous. So Company, Chorus Line, all those are like sort of about.
Chorus Line was my very first show I ever saw.
Really?
And that's
Mine
what my family took me to New York for the first time just so I could see a chorus line because I was crazy about a chorus line.
Is that what inspired you to get into showbiz?
I think so. I think so. That was really the show that made a huge impression on me.
And coming back to Broadway anytime soon, and anything?
Oh, I don't know about that because I'm a minister now, so I've got a congregation.
This is
Oh my
now
gosh.
the.
Yeah,
this is now
I'm
what you
literally a
do.
minister now.
Will we pass a plate Saturday night in the
Let's hope not.
LTV? No, I don't think we'll have.
If he
that.
does confession, maybe you could.
I'm a minister for a Unitarian Universalist congregation, so we got people from all religions, and it's kind of like what
Oh,
I grew
fantastic.
up with. Yeah.
Cool. Very cool. Well, what a career, and it's
Craig
all
Urbano.
going to be set to music.
Set to music with an
Saturday night.
inspirational message.
7:30 at LTV.
That's right.
Part of the ongoing Hampton Summer Songbook by the Sea.
By the sea.
By the sea, by the sea, by the beautiful sea.
Can you hit a high C for us? As we
Come on, hit it.
No, I can't.
You don't want to say anything real quick as we go to weather or wherever we're going? Where are we going next, Bill?
We're going to go to we're going to go see a movie for a second.
All right.
But thank you so much.
Hey, thanks for
joining
having
us.
me.
All right.
Good luck with the show and pleasure.
Appreciate
having you.
it.
We
That's awesome.
mentioned a moment ago lots of famous things opening around the world and a couple of things in the Hamptons. But if you're going to be home, there's a new movie starring a buddy of mine, actually, that I've used to smoke cigars with.
Who's that?
And I'll tell you after I'll tell you, Andy Garcia. This is called Eeny Meeny, and it looks really cool. It's dropping on Hulu this weekend, and here's the trailer to Eeny Meeny.
Eeny meeny.
How many banks have you robbed, Edie?
You get right to it.
12 banks, 3 jewelry stores, a nightclub tycoon's corporate office. However, there is something that is complicating this picture for me. Your boy's a liability.
X.
Is he, though?
Eeny meeny. You were the best behind the wheel. Unfortunately, I'm not smart enough to get away from John. He owes me $3 million. But there's a casino job in just a few days. You're a getaway driver. All you gotta do is get in the car and get away. And if you fail, I'm gonna have your skeleton pulled out through your skin by a Haitian guy who does it at a very fair price. What's his name? Tim. Haitian Tim.
What was I thinking coming to see you? I step back into your life for 5 seconds and I get fucked.
Hey, I've been doing better. I quit drugs except for weed for you.
You just did cocaine last night.
I'm gonna need a car.
A man should know when he's cooked.
Looking like Jack Skeleton and shit. I regret every second I walked back into your life.
We love each other. We're a family.
A family doesn't rob a casino.
Tell me you don't miss that.
Eeny Meeny is on
That
Hulu.
looks good.
Yeah, it does look kind of cool. It looks like it could have had a theatrical release. They decided to do it on Hulu, and so that's where you can find
That's where
it
the
this
best
weekend.
stuff is these days,
Yeah,
on
it's all
TV.
online. Hey, speaking of lines, if you tie a boat up to a dock, it probably belongs to this guy.
Probably. Mike Tracy is the, what is your exact title, Mike? I don't know. I thought you guys
Director
owner.
of Sales and Partnership.
Director of Sales and
Sales,
Partnership.
S-A-I-L-S or S-A-L-E?
Oh, that's very
I
good.
feel short, by the way.
Director of Sales.
We don't have a
At
script. I think we prove it
Yachthampton,
every week.
yachthampton.com.
Yes.
So
So
summer's
there's
not
lots of
over.
yachts out here.
Never over. Summer's never over.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
So there's an old expression, and I think I told you this, we had like a little 22-foot sea ray back in the day.
Yeah.
It's always better when someone else owns the boat, and he owns the boats.
Right.
So boats are more fun when someone else owns them, right?
You can drink more.
You can drink, and Leah?
That's right.
And tell us about what you guys do. You provide captains and,
Licensed captains, stewardess on certain boats. I think the yacht class, we have like 30 boats on our fleet. And on the higher end boats, like the yachts, we have a stew and a captain. And on the
Yeah,
smaller
we're
boats,
gonna
a
roll
licensed
some
captain.
video of some of your stuff, but you can accommodate small parties or big parties, and you have them from what length to what length?
So around 18 feet for electric only, super
here we got
eco-friendly.
some- yeah. Which one is this we're looking at?
That's the Persian, that's 62-footer.
Oh
She's
my
actually
gosh.
housed in Shelter Island. That'll accommodate 13 people.
Oh, cool.
Cool. What does something like that run for, say, a day and then for like a weekend?
You get about a 4-hour excursion on that Persian for around 13,000.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll come with a captain and a stew. Yep.
Bill
And
will
that's a
treat.
full day, you go, you anchor, you,
Whatever the client wants to do. Some people want to jump in water. From there, they're jumping shower. They're going to Dervier. Some people want to chill a day on
Oh, that's
the
the
water.
interior we're looking at now. That's like a house almost. Like, it is a house. What am I talking about?
Yeah, you got to clean it like a house too.
Do you really?
A lot of upkeep. A lot of upkeep.
And you have a lot of fun boats too. You have said not. So which one's this we're looking at?
That's the O'Keen, another beautiful yacht. The nice 57-footer right there.
that has
Actually,
a classic kind of Chris Craft look to the
Yeah.
hull and the, yeah.
And I'm going to name drop it. Down at Karen, one of our boats recently. That was fun. She was on the Pardo.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
that was
wow.
nice. Yeah.
Any
Did you
pictures
bring
of
any
that?
Italian food from the restaurant for you?
Yeah.
No, but we may host their company party for the one in Sag Harbor. So
Oh, for
I'm
Tuna
work-
Giorno.
Oh, and
Yeah,
take
we're
everybody
working on
out on that, yeah?
Yeah, we're working on it.
Let us know. I bet the food's going to be good.
Yeah, food is great there.
Can you easily go to Block Island in a day, putt around there and then come back, or is that a long?
A little bit of a longer haul. We don't get a lot of that. So we're doing more Montauk, a lot of Shelter Island Loop. But yeah, I would say those are the big ones. Out to Montauk and the Shelter Island Loop. Everyone wants to go to Derviers and Orange Point. That's where the place everyone wants to
And
go.
you don't fool with
Oh, it's
the
fun out there.
deep sea fishing and all that? That's for those Montauk
was-
guys with all the heavy gear? and-
Light
right.
fishing, we'll call it.
Right.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
water
but
sports.
yachting. We want to go yachting, we call you.
Yeah.
That's why it's called yachthampton.com.
For a 3-hour tour, and hopefully we don't end up.
Don't bring your luggage. That's a bad omen.
That's the best.
You have one fun car. I don't know. I asked
Unless it's
Zach
a
if we could show it. You have a car that looks like a Fiat. Do we have it,
Yes.
Zach?
Yeah, what's
Hopefully
that?
do. It's a car that basically, or it's a boat that,
Like an Amphicar, the old ones that you could drive
Yeah,
actually
it's cute.
from the.
Fits 3
ocean.
people. You could do tubing
But they're
behind
looking
it.
for that, so that you rent that as well, and that's for, how many people does that hold?
That's 3 people, and some people rent it just on its own, or they're paired with a bigger boat, like that Persian you saw.
Wow.
And they'll kind of hang out together. They're called tie-ups. They'll tie up.
So we start.
Hookup.
We're looking at your website now, and sustainable boating. What does that mean? That's the Fiat car right there, right?
Bottom right is the Fiat. Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, baby, I'm going boating. I feel like Austin Powers in that thing.
What is sustainable
The
boating?
fembots
mean?
in the back.
I want to ask you that.
Referring to the Ecos, we have 2 Ken and Barbie boats. They're super cute. So those are EV only. They're
Yeah.
electric
Oh, wow.
boats, right? So they're cool because eco-friendly, but you can only go like 5 knots-ish. You know, so they don't go super fast, right? But they're really cute if you want to go putz around, say, Noyak Bay and have some fun and chill out. And they can fit a good 10 people.
You
on.
also just take groups out to pull on the tubes and
Water, like
stuff like
ski
that.
and
It's-
tubing and
I know
boarding,
tons of
wakeboarding.
people that have been to that and loved it and said
Yes.
it was really fun. You go all around Sag Harbor, and you're in the regular kind of whatever you can pull skiers with, and you pull the big inner tubes, and
Yes,
it's
it's awesome.
you can do that for just like an hour or two, right?
That's right. We even built a little mini island called Flotilla in Noyak Bay where kids go and they jump on like these big oversized
Oh my God, that sounds.
inflatables.
Can adults do it too?
You can.
Okay,
You can.
thanks.
You can.
Yes.
Yeah.
But let me. What's entry level? Like, I just even want to do a boat for. What's the bottom line and what's the highest?
For you, free.
Okay.
We start with you. We're good to go
hell?
that from there.
All right, cool. That's not why we had you on, but okay.
Around 500 an hour is entry.
500
You
an hour is
you
entry.
scale up to about 3,500.
What?
But we get a little more generous after Labor Day, like a lot of people out here, so we can have more.
Oh, good to know. And
More
those are-
availability and timing
don't tell
and pricing.
anybody, but September and October are the best months out here.
And the water's still really warm in September, isn't
Yeah.
it?
It is.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's probably your favorite month, and the water is calmer because there's less boats, and
100% true.
it's just. And Duryea stays open. They're open till like almost early October.
That's true. You could take it over.
Oh,
to-
there it is again. Isn't that
Yeah.
cool?
It is.
Oh my God, how fun is that?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'd look like Pee Wee Herman.
What makes you think you don't look like Pee Wee Herman now?
Okay.
But you set me up for that one. I'm
Thank
sorry.
you.
That looks like a
pleasure.
blast.
Is that out here or is that shot someplace exotic? That's the footage you got from that company, right? Or was or
is that
were
your
we legit-
footage?
That's us. Yeah,
Oh, yeah?
that's us. Well, that might have been Florida too. So we also have operations in Florida.
And
so a lot
just
of these
to
boats
be-
will migrate to Florida.
Just to
Oh,
be
wow.
clear, that'll drive out of the water on a boat ramp?
I don't
Like
think
the
so.
Ampha cars and stuff, or no, it's just made to look like a little Fiat car?
No, yeah, that would be
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
No,
Yeah,
it's not. But
It's
we
not
thought
the
about
James
that.
Bond. It's not a James
Yeah,
Bond
we
movie.
thought about it though. They're
We
big
mentioned
boats.
pulling people, and we saw that just there too. Listen, it's a lot of fun. Did you have a great summer so far? It was good?
Great summer so far.
We always talk about that in the real estate roundtable, but we never talk to anybody else about
And the
that. So
boat.
you did well. We had beautiful weather except for this week, but
Yeah.
as a matter of fact, I want to show you some footage. So let's bring that down. Jody, I think we've got, or Zach, it was brutal out on the water, and I just wanted to ask if this is something you would not go out in. So it
'cause of the hurricane.
rained. Yeah, we had, and we're still feeling a little of the afterglow of that. So all this. So we're not going out in that, right?
No.
Well, you're in the bay, so that's you're not going to have big waves in the bay.
Yeah, to be fair, that isn't the bay, that was
No,
the
that ain't-
ocean.
that ain't the
But
bay.
it was, but you have to watch it pretty carefully, huh? You have
We
to.
keep our eye on the National Weather Service and the Coast Guard and all that good stuff. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Safety, boat safety first, fun second. It sounds a little boring.
When do the boats come out of the water before you go, Mike?
We'll keep some as late as mid to actually Halloween weekend, depending on the weather.
Really?
It's actually more the ambient temperature than the water temperature that actually causes problems for boats. People don't realize that. It's actually
Really?
the ambient
Oh,
temperature than the
like
water.
if it gets really cold overnight and then the next
Exactly.
morning it's.
There you go.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
Got it.
That's when you have problems.
Thank
Mike,
you.
thank you for coming in. That was
Thank you.
awesome.
Thank you.
Yacht Hamptons.
Thank you. Yep.
You have-
.com.
you have permission-
Yacht Hampton. Yacht Hampton.
Yacht Hampton, no S.
No S.
You
No
have
S.
permission to come aboard anytime. We enjoyed it. We
back.
saw
Come back
a picture of what the weather looked like during the middle of the week. Let's take a look at what it's going to be this weekend. And when we come back, the Real Estate Roundtable. Don't go away.
year at
They're
the Atlanta.
presenting Brown Harris.
Douglas Elliman now presents Brown Harris Hamptons. Tim Birch, Philip O'Connell. Philip, what's your title at Brown Harris, please?
Managing Director
Managing Director of East Hampton.
of the Hamptons. Managing
Cool.
Director of the
And
Hamptons.
Melissa Cohn from Ravis Home Mortgage.
William Ravis.
William
Mortgage.
Ravis Mortgage.
By next year, you'll have it.
Wow. And we're canceled.
Anyway, we're here talking real estate. Bill's our audience. Can we have a round of applause from the studio
Yeah,
audience?
it's very good.
There we go.
It's
All right.
over already?
So before we start, what did you think of the summer? Did we have a good summer or an okay summer or fair?
No, I think it's been a very strong summer.
Really? Good.
Definitely. I mean, you know what? Deals take a little bit longer, but there's a lot of buyers out there and still not enough inventory, so it's making things go quickly. And, you know, if a property is, you know, ready to sell, you can tell the first weekend if it's
You
gonna
can
go.
tell the first-
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
absolutely. We're lucky, we're insulated, I think, a bit compared to other markets. Even New York City, which has been really slow for quite a long time, is maybe peaking up a little bit, I'm hearing. But, you know, for the most part, I mean, we're still really solid.
Well, there's
You know?
only one Hampton.
There's only one
You can't
Hamptons. and-
replicate where
And even
we
though
are.
you see a new house being built here and there, there's only so many houses and, you know, people,
There's only so much land and they're not making any more of it.
they're not making any more land and there's just not enough, you know, houses on the market for sale, so.
Philip, how were rentals for you guys this year?
Rentals were pretty good for us this year, but as you know, during COVID, rentals were crazy, so
Crazy.
everybody compares to that.
Right.
And before COVID, we had about 7,000 units of sale inventory, and as you know, a lot of people bought during COVID.
Right.
So a lot of those people have now put those homes into the rental market and are no longer renters. So I would say the market, like compared to COVID, we're probably 30-40% off.
Wow, that much?
Yeah.
That
But,
much?
I mean, it's a normal market. It's not a bad market. It's just, there's a lot more inventory.
Well, I guess when you're going 100 miles an hour and suddenly you start doing the speed limit, it feels a little slow.
Yes,
So, there you-
absolutely.
Very well put.
Oh, thank you. Anyway, but news this morning. What did Jerome Powell say this morning?
Howell suggested that there is more uncertainty about the state of the economy and the jobs market, and implied that potentially there could be a rate cut in September. Stock market went crazy when I left my house, was up 900 points.
Wow.
And bond yields were down 7 or 8 basis points. So it looks like if, you know, the data continues to show that the jobs market is not as robust as people would like it, and that we see that tariffs are not driving inflation rates, you know,
Crazy.
crazy high, that mortgage rates will actually drop this fall.
And that will be good for you.
It's good for all of us.
That would be
Absolutely.
great.
People
Right?
sitting on the sidelines, aren't they, really?
Yeah.
Saying, you know, I'll wait. I'm not in a hurry to buy.
Right, right. But the smart buyers are looking now because they'll be locking in a
Right,
lower
remember
rate
when rates come
60
down,
days.
prices will go up because there will be
Right.
more buyers for fewer homes. Because we still, I think last I saw there were about, 1,500 homes for sale?
Yeah, that's right.
That's the number.
You know, where the normalized market used to be closer to like 4,000 or 5,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's still a lack of inventory
Right.
here, and when more buyers come out, prices will go up, and so now is really the time to buy.
Smart, as they said, smart buyers are doing it now.
That's
Right,
the truth.
exactly.
You know what, Philip, you and I were talking about something new in the rental world. Especially important because so many people out here rent their homes.
So a lot of people, if you're renting on a platform, you'll see this now. Suffolk County has.
When you say platform, you mean like Airbnb, VRBO?
VRBO.
Okay.
So they've put it into their platforms. If you're doing a short-term rental, 30 days or less, there's the Suffolk County Hotel Occupancy Tax, which is about 5.5%. It is 5.5%. And then on top of that, if you're doing a rental for 90 days or less, Suffolk County, I'm sorry, less than 90 days, Suffolk County and New York State has a sales general use tax, which the state portion's 4%, and then Suffolk County adds to that, so it comes out to about 8.75%. And currently, landlords have been absorbing that. I don't know if that's going to change because the rate jumped on the hotel motel occupancy tax from 4.5 to 5, from 4% to 5.5%. And it also jumped on the on the state. And I'd like to thank our friends at Romer Devis, the law firm, who sent around the memo.
Pierre's been on the show.
Yeah, Rob Conley, who is a go-to attorney for us out here, sent around a memo reminding us all of this. So we'll see if landlords continue to absorb, if they try to push it on to the tenants.
Now, didn't people I heard about a year or so ago, people were getting these invoices and they had no idea what they were. They were using AI to catch landlords.
Yes.
To catch landlords, it makes it sound like to catch a predator or something, but but they were finding out who was renting their homes.
Yes, on a short-term basis. They were, I guess, scouring like VRBO and Airbnb and those similar sites.
Yeah. Are people starting to look already for next year, Tim?
I think so. I mean, we'll see renewals if they've had a good experience. A lot of people are locking into the house that they're maybe in right now or they were in this summer. And, you know, there are people that are starting to look. I think that starts to happen a little bit more in the fall. Unfortunately, it's kind of hard to get in to see rentals because tenants are in them, you know, so that can, you know, slow it down.
Last few weeks of August are impossible to show homes.
Yeah, that's when we should all go on vacation, I think. But.
Let's all go somewhere. Let's go on a boat. We'll call the guy. We'll call Mike from Yacht Hampton.
Right, let's go. That
There you
would
go.
be
That
awesome.
sounds like a good time.
So how much do we think?
Houseboats.
Houseboats. Ooh. How much do we think their drops will be, or what do we? What,
You know,
what do you
rates
think?
are gonna
see
drop
coming?
slowly. So I think, you know, if the bond rally today holds, we'll see rates 1/8% lower on Monday. You know, for example, a jumbo 30-year fixed rate was at 6 1/8 and no points. It's a great rate. So if we see 6% on Monday, a lot of people have said that, you know, at what rate will it unlock more buyers? And
Right.
I think the thought is the rates have to go below 6. Now, you get plenty of adjustable rates in the mid-5s today, but people seem to want to see like a 10-year or 30-year fixed at below 6. And I think that there's a good shot that if the Fed does cut in September, that we could get there early this fall.
That'd be great.
That'd be very good.
It'd be huge for
And
all of
Melissa,
us.
we're historically low still, right?
We are.
Right.
When you started in the business, and you've said this before, what were rates back then?
I was selling 1-year adjustables at 15%.
Holy cow!
And people
Bill's
were
laughing. Oh my
buying.
God, the studio audience is laughing. Anyway.
No, but people used to buy. I mean, the average, when I started in business many years ago, the goal was to get to a 6% rate because that was the rate that our parents had in the 60s.
Right.
And we got there. And then obviously we've seen periods of much lower rates, but those are periods of economic weakness and the pandemic, something that we never want to go back into. But I think if we could see fixed rates in the 5s and adjustable rates in the high 4s, you know, we've seen robust real estate markets at those levels, and I think we will certainly see them again. You know, I think the COVID 2 and 3% rates are now in the rearview mirror.
Cool. So we are at the end of the summer, but what was the highlight of the summer for you, or are you just looking forward to September, Tim?
I love September. It is my favorite month here. I mean, Bill gave the secret away earlier. But I
People
mean,
rent in September now.
I think people definitely rent. I mean, that is the smartest renter to me. Anybody who rents for the month of September, they're getting the best of all the worlds. I mean, the weather is still good. You can actually get a reservation at a restaurant. You know, everything about
can
September
drive.
is great.
You can
drive.
You can
You can
move
actually
around.
go from East Hampton to Bridgehampton without having to take an hour and a half into your schedule to do that. The summer is always crazy, but that's, I always say, I work to live here, I don't live to work here. So, I mean, that's why.
Repeat that again.
I work to live here.
You work to
not
live here.
Live to work here. In other words, you know how that is.
Yeah, I know.
Otherwise, why would you? If you ask me what my highlight of the summer, there's probably too many to mention.
Philip, what's
Coming on this show.
coming on the show?
I mean,
Absolutely.
There's your answer. Oh, here comes Bill. Bill's going to take
Indulge me with a regular guy question, which
I'm gonna
is
go- let you
when
go.
you
I
have
need- I
people.
need water.
No, it's okay. When you have people come out in the fall and they're looking for the next big neighborhood, where are you steering people where you think there's value these days?
I mean, it's so hard to say because let's face it, prices have gone way up. But, I mean, I like if we're talking East Hampton, I think that Barnes Landing is still one of those areas that's sort of very.
Hot as a pistol.
Yeah, it's hot as a pistol, but it's still a little under the radar.
Where is Barnes Landing?
Barnes
For anyone
Landing is
watching this and not-
so technically it's in north, it's in Springs.
Right.
But really, if you looked at it on a map, it's really North Amagansett. It sits above Amagansett Village, but technically the mailing address and zip code is 11937, so it's East Hampton. So it's considered East Hampton, but it's just really quiet and beautiful, and there's no reason for anybody to be there in their car unless they have a house there. So you're not dealing with any kind of traffic, and prices stayed to me, I think it's an area where you can really get a good value for a house. Maybe because it's considered Springs, and Springs values have always been a little bit lower than, say, Northwest Woods and Village Fringe. But you still, you're right there. Barnes Hole Beach is just like one of the most beautiful beaches.
Right.
And, sunsets, what more can you ask for? So that's
And
my
what
choice.
about going west? Anything?
I think West Hampton is still undervalued because I think it'll eventually catch up with Southampton, East Hampton.
Are they still building a huge project over there, which has a new golf course and some houses
Discovery
around it?
Land, yes,
Yeah, is
that's still going
Where
on.
is that as we speak here?
I believe they have a couple of houses up in
Really?
there, and they have some sales in
Yeah.
there already. And then they have the beach club that goes with it down on Dune Road.
And
So-
Hampton Bays is getting
Hampton Bays is still
inching
great.
up.
Yeah.
It's inching up, but you can still get a really good, value for your dollar there, I think.
And people coming from the city, I had friends that would go to Belport or something because they just said, I don't have to, if I want to go to the Hamptons, at least I'm here now and I can keep going east. But yeah, so that's, listen, all good advice, always fun to have all of you here. And we can't talk numbers in terms of price, but if you have any kind of a specific listing that has an open house this weekend, shout out an address, we'll be happy to send people there.
I don't have a specific open house this weekend. I wish I did.
221 Redwood.
221
is-
Redwood. That's Patrick's.
Saturday,
So-
It's a lovely house. I've shown it
but
twice.
That begs the question, is inventory that, I heard you say 1,500 listings.
No.
Is it really tight to find something good right now?
What
It is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
If something good comes on the market, it goes very quickly. And, depending on how it's priced, it goes at the purchase price above. My sales partner, David Tenenbaum, just listed something last week that's literally only had 3 showings on it. And that's 98, I can give that address. That's 98 Springy Banks. And it's at we're not gonna say the price, but that said, it's already got offers at and maybe above, so.
That's
Wow.
great. Good
So
for you.
those days still.
I'm so happy for David.
So,
gonna
this
give away
is the Real Estate Roundtable, brought to you by Douglas Elliman, but this week featuring Brown Harris Stevens in kind of a kumbaya Miracle on 34th Street, the way that Santa would send people from Macy's to Gimbels. Here we are. So
They're Gimbals.
thank you. If you're not
Thanks for
going,
that, Patrick.
Do
Set me up.
I use your line? I'm sorry.
What-
Do I
what's
use
my
your
line?
Oh, you finally got a good agent on this show?
when did I get my license? Okay, so, and thank you so much for.
Melissa Cohn,
William
always
Ravis
great.
Mortgage.
Oh, you got it.
Melissa's always wonderful.
Melissa's the
She does
best.
an incredible job
Insight.
for us.
And Monday,
always
we're
our
gonna get a
go-to.
drop. She says to 4 or 3%, you said?
So, Bill, we have time to kill. All right, a lot of new restaurants out, and you have to ask real estate people. We all know.
all right.
What's your favorite new restaurant this year?
I like Camp Ruby Rosa.
Do you?
Oh, you do?
It's really, really good pizza. It's a fun environment. And, another one just opened also in East Hampton, which is Crazy Pizza. It is appropriately named.
Oh,
That place
That
is
is totally
insane.
crazy.
But the food is good.
The food's very, very good, but you do
You
feel
can't
like
hear
you're
yourself,
you
though.
can't hear yourself. You feel like you're in St. Bart's or somewhere where there's we were there, and the table next to us, literally, they had ordered, I guess, bottles of Veuve, and they were just pouring it down their throats. The waiter was walking, so that's Crazy Pizza. I like it a little quieter, but it's not quiet. It's still a fun scene. I think Camp Ruby, I'm saying it right, Ruby
Rosa,
Rosa,
yeah.
is super awesome.
Philip,
So I can walk to Camp Ruby Rosa, and the food's incredible, so it's my favorite too now.
your favorite new
We
restaurant?
better get
Yeah.
a free dinner out of this,
Yeah.
at least.
Melissa, what's your favorite new restaurant this year?
I actually really like La Galou-sur-Mer in Southampton. It opened later in the summer,
Oh, yeah,
but
I haven't been
the
there.
food is delicious.
Yeah.
My husband says it's the best fish that he's had all summer.
Wow. Oh, that's
And you, Bill?
not faint praise. I was gonna say, though, that I hear it's noisy. I hear if
But you can
get
also
there-
sit outside. They put
Sound tiles?
sound tiles
Right.
up in the ceiling. You actually can hear yourself in there.
I love Weigh-In. Weigh-In is out
But that's fun,
on
too.
East Hampton.
I was there with
that was
Melissa.
fun, too.
And
I've
it's
been
closing, if you're
awesome.
watching this weekend,
Go
I think
this
they're only
weekend.
here through next weekend. So it's Jean-Georges' son, his whole family is in front of the house, working everything. He's in the kitchen. We've had them as guests on the show, so there's also
We're happy to
that.
plug for them.
But, yeah, but it's really, they were in where Ruby Rosa is
Correct.
last year.
Yeah.
And they moved to where Harbor Bistro was.
Much better this year.
And they've got a little outdoor
It's
space.
much better
you've
this
got a
year.
little, yeah.
Last year, I think they were kind of getting their feet wet, and but this year, because I've eaten at the one in the city,
Right.
which was the original one, outstanding. And I feel like this year, the one is just as good.
Yeah,
It's
very
really
Okay, I'm gonna throw something way out there, and I'm gonna get in trouble with Diane Schiffman, a friend of ours who works at Compass Real Estate if I say this. But they have pizza nights, they sell pizza at Cedar Point Park with a full bar. And you can sit outside and eat pizza and drink, and it's reasonable, and it's fun. And the pizza's
It's not
really
legal,
good.
but
No,
it's
it's totally good. And a couple, let's all
I've
go.
gone a couple of times,
And
it's incredible.
wasn't it fun?
Oh, it's wonderful, and they have a wonderful brunch too, that you actually don't have to wait, and you can go and eat.
Oh my God, they have a brunch there too?
Yeah, they have a beautiful brunch.
If you've not been to Cedar Point, they have like a general store there, and that's where they cook these pizzas, and that's where all the bar is done out of. It's a hidden gem here in the Hamptons.
I think I can say I haven't been to Cedar Point.
I've
Never.
been like once.
Yeah. All right, well, listen, thank you guys for stopping by. We really appreciate it. Are you going Monday night to Guildhall for $1,000 to see Gwyneth Paltrow read from All the President's Men?
I would like to, but I don't think I have tickets.
Yeah.
Hubby gets all the tickets. So
I just heard it was sold out.
I think it's very close to sold out as we're
Oh, with
putting this
Gwyneth
show together.
Paltrow. Wow.
Yeah, everybody's.
Do you know what's so funny? Do you remember the movie Contagion that she was in?
Yeah.
And she dies in the beginning. When she died, the audience clapped when I saw it.
Gwyneth, you're welcome on the show anytime. We'd love to have you.
I love
We're
it.
big
She's
fans of
welcome to come
Goop
now.
because we like embarrassing sex toys and $150 t-shirts. Guys, we're gonna now flip to what's new on television, and it's a trailer for an Apple show that does anybody
I
watch
started
Invasion?
watching it.
Invasion
I've
on
heard of it.
Apple.
I have not.
It at one point was the most expensive show ever made for television, period. Not just streaming, television.
Okay, well,
But
until Slow Horses comes back, which is my favorite Apple show, Invasion Season 3 dropping this weekend. Here's the trailer.
What is the last thing that you remember? I saw something on the ship. It's been 2 years since the fall of the mothership. And the end of the invasion. We survived, found each other.
You're worried about something. Just talk to me. I need to know what's going on. I need to know if it's happening again.
Whatever happened before is just the beginning.
We've been assembling an elite team of soldiers to cross through the dead zone. You're coming with us. You know more about the aliens than anybody.
There's a reason we keep surviving. We was meant to finish this together.
Victory requires sacrifice.
what does the sun do?
The sun's going like this.
Is that what it's?
Kind of like Phil Donahue.
I like the sun. I find
Our friend is working on a documentary about Phil Donahue.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
always talk like this.
Yeah, she's
Why everybody fat drinking Diet Coke?
That's not Phil Donahue.
Well, he had a way of seeing something.
That sounds like Jerry. That sounds like Jerry. Oh yes, you're right. You're right. You're right. It's been a while. Phil was a nice man.
Yes.
I met him through Marlene, our friend, who's working on a documentary.
He and Marlo Thomas would come out here and they would dine, I think, with the Aldas in Bridgehampton.
I heard that he was very buddies with Ellen Alda and his wife.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting, but he was a very nice man.
You know who I ran into at a screening last night? John Turturro was in town this week at Southampton Playhouse for the 20th anniversary of a movie he made called Romance and Cigarettes that James Gandolfini was in and it was a musical. And I guarantee you didn't see it when it came out.
I never even
because
heard of it.
he
That was when
said-
we were doing this for.
Right.
That was when you and I did that
directed.
for a job.
I vaguely remembered it. United Artists was supposed to release it, but then something happened. And
With
I think
United
somebody
Artists?
put it out. Yeah.
Yeah, they might have gone bankrupt again,
Yeah,
maybe?
so that was, he was caught in all of that. But Kate Winslet was in this movie.
Oh, wow.
And Gandolfini, Susan Sarandon, and then, of course, everyone Turturro knew, like Buscemi and Christopher Walken.
Oh,
And
wow.
It's not a musical in the sense of people burst into, and Aida Turturro, who was there.
Right.
I talked to Aida, she's the cousin of
Lovely, she
John.
was in Montauk, she's
Yeah,
a lovely lady.
Lovely, and looked great, amazing. Aida, you look. They talked about the fact that this is an internal dialogue in this musical. It's like, it's not people breaking into song, it's songs they hear and they're
Well,
lip
that's
syncing
interesting.
to it.
And it's called what again?
It's called Romance and Cigarettes.
Oh, I'll have to look it up.
But Turturro said that it was way ahead of its time, that, you know, with La La Land and the other musicals that
Right.
have kind of caught on later, that in 2005, audiences, and it wasn't marketed properly probably, were not ready for it in the way that they would be today.
Right.
So that was kind of fun. And then we have, and we've been teasing it all show, we're going to talk about Guildhall and this massive reading. I talked to Mark Ruffalo a little while ago, but in the meantime, we just talked about movies. So let's show up the movie times, and I mentioned
What's
that
still
there's
playing?
some things opening, but not out here in the Hamptons, which is why we showed you things on Apple and things happening at other.
Oh, there we go.
So yeah, this Naked Gun, which you absolutely have to, I have not seen it, but you absolutely have to see that with an audience. Weapons, which is that crazy thing that I didn't love, but everyone is
Number
loving.
one movie for 3 weeks.
Yes, and
3
it's-
weeks in a row.
here's the important thing. It's got great word of mouth because it only fell off something like 40% from week 1 to week 2.
Wow.
So people are saying great things about this movie. It's about a classroom that suddenly goes missing, and they blame the teacher. Josh Brolin is in it. He's a parent of one of the kids, and he and Julie Garner, who's really great. She's been in Ozark and everything else. She's kind of the new it girl.
Oh, that's where I know that girl from.
I
From
also
Ozark.
went to Southampton and saw Highest to Lowest, which is also playing, we'll show it in a second, at Sag Harbor. That's the new Spike Lee movie that Eric Cohn from Southampton Playhouse, who did the Q&A, by the way, with John Turturro this week, sensational Q&A. That was the movie he said at Cannes he liked the best,
With
Highest to
Denzel,
Lowest.
Denzel's in this. Denzel
Yeah, I
Washington.
saw it. It's a very typical Spike Lee hitting you over the head. However, Denzel gives a great performance as a music producer who has, quote unquote, the best ears in the business. And this is a Kurosawa movie from the 60s that they've updated to, he's a hip hop
wow. music
music producer, and he's living in Dumbo in a beautiful apartment, and his son is kidnapped, but is he really? It has some great moments in it, and I do recommend it. It will.
Freakier Friday's still playing.
Freakier Friday has not come to on demand. Highest to Lowest, by the way, will come to Apple in a couple of weeks. And you could see it there, but I thought that was enjoyable at a theater.
You know what? I'm bummed I did not see F1 in the theater.
Oh, yeah,
I heard
that's
that's
also
like-
coming to Apple.
It'll be on Apple soon enough.
Yeah, and you've got a big enough TV, but I think.
Burden of Dreams, is that the movie with about the making of
Yes,
Fitzcarraldo?
Fitzcarraldo.
Oh, wow.
That's
I
at the
thought-
Sag Harbor Theater.
Wow.
And yeah, Burden of
Weapons,
Dreams
Burden
a
of
couple of
Dreams.
times, and they're doing cool stuff. So is Southampton. I mean, Southampton had Michael J. Fox, and they just entered into an agreement with the great Martin Scorsese and his daughter, who were sort of in residence there at the Southampton Playhouse. We can come back to live act next.
Come back to Bill.
It's Martin Scorsese and his daughter picking the movies they would like you to see, and they're doing it once a month for a year at the Southampton
Oh,
Playhouse.
that's cool. And Martin
Now,
Scorsese's there?
How
or
many
no?
times Martin Scorsese is going to come out and introduce these movies is to be determined, but I'm sure his daughter will. And just the idea of getting into their heads and the kinds of movies they like to watch when they can have a screen. By the way, the Romance and Cigarettes that I told you
Right.
about that was this week, Turturro brought a 35 millimeter print.
Wow.
Which I didn't even realize
Can they
Southampton
even use
Playhouse
them?
had the ability to play, but they do. They have a 35
Because now
millimeter.
they digitally stream movies
Everything
now.
is digital, although they have IMAX, which sometimes is, I think sometimes is on film. But I could be wrong about that. All IMAX may have been converted to digital because it has to be so big.
So he brought the print, the
He
35
brought his
millimeter.
own personal print, and they played it for this thing. And great response, a very full house. Sally Fisher was there, the PR woman that we used to deal with when we were at Fox, and Caroline Hirsch was there from Caroline's on Broadway.
Club, yeah.
She has a fascinating new project that she's doing that I'm not sure I can talk about, but if she wants to talk about it, we'll have her on the show. She's great. Spends
Well, you
her
better hurry.
summers
We only
here.
have like one more show.
We
Got one more show to go. But
All right, yeah,
but we have
next week.
but we have a whole show left now. So let's stretch, baby.
Once again, we've been volunteered to stay here another 8 minutes. It's a hostage situation. Let's go to the Guild Hall. By the way, if you're just joining us, we don't think this is a show either. We have no rehearsal and no rundown, and we're out of guests, so it's just us. But
we can talk about all the people.
we're talking
Okay.
about all the President's Men, and look at that rundown. Alec Baldwin, Talia Balsam, Andy Cohen. Now, who in all the President's Men is Andy Cohen going to be? Deep Throat, maybe? Matty Corman, Robert Downey
God,
Jr.
Bill.
Well, no, he likes to dish,
all
gossip.
right. I thought it was okay.
Robert Downey Jr., Victor Garber. I think Victor Garber is going to be, if I had to guess, he'd be the Jason Robards part from the movie.
Ben Bradley.
Ben Bradley, yeah. Could be wrong, though. Spencer Garrett. Nathan Lane is in it. Kenneth Lonergan. I don't know if you know that name. He's a playwright. He has a home out here on the East End, and he did a famous movie.
Stand by, or not, or You Can Count on Me.
You Can Count on Me with
Yeah.
Laura Linney and Mark Ruffalo. Mark Ruffalo is also in this. I talked to him, Julianne Moore, Gwyneth Paltrow, we said, Ali Wentworth, who I love, and Rami Youssef, who's a comedian.
Oh, wow.
Very popular.
That's a very eclectic group.
So it's $1,000 a ticket. In fact, it's $1,000 for the cheapest ticket. It's like 15 or 20 grand. It's all to benefit this church over in the Upper West Side, 87th, I think, in Amsterdam, where they've been putting on incredible performances for years and years and years. It's a national landmark, but all of a sudden, the owners have decided to sell it to somebody to knock down and put up a billionaire-row high-rise. So they're trying to raise $37 million. They've got close to $4 million now, and at these numbers at Guild Hall, they'll probably make another couple of $1 million. But as we look at those stars, I wonder who's going to play who. So I talked to Ruffalo, very passionate about the whole thing. I, by the way, asked him if he had been age-appropriate at the time, would he have been Bernstein or Woodward, and he said he would have played Carl Bernstein. But I don't know. I think Alan... I'm sorry.
Is there anyone young enough to play?
Yeah, I think
Woodward or
Alec
Bernstein?
Baldwin would want to be Woodward or Bernstein.
Or he can
and-
play. He can play Jason Robards again. He can play Ben Bradley.
Yeah.
There
By
you
the
go.
way, Ruffalo
Who would play
told me
Nixon? Or
they've
Nixon wasn't in
done-
the movie.
They just did in the city. They did Network, and he was Howard Beale. I'm mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore.
I thought that was the guy from
Well, Peter Finch was in the movie.
No,
but
no,
what
no.
I'm
But
saying
I thought it
is-
was Bryan Cranston did the Broadway show.
Oh, no, this was a table reading, just like
Oh, cool.
they're doing Monday night. Again, if you're just joining us, Monday night at Guild Hall, this is Weekend Live, the Hamptons Now. We like to say everything we're talking about is happening this weekend.
This weekend live in the Hamptons.
But Monday night, we're making a slight exception because it's
That's such a big deal.
Unbelievable. I mean, who's Gwyneth Paltrow going to be? Martha Mitchell?
Interesting.
I don't know, Ali Wentworth. There are a lot of women on this list, and I'm trying to think of all the female parts in that.
I haven't
in that
seen the movie in probably 25 years.
Yeah. Remember, it came out in 1976. Alan Pakula was the director.
Pakula.
Yeah. And it was
Dracula.
part of a trio of kind of paranoia movies. I don't know.
3 Days of the Condor.
Yes. And the third one was The Parallax View with
with
Warren
John
Beatty.
Warren Beatty,
Warren
not John.
Beatty's a
John.
reporter, and they frame him. It's great. That's one of my favorite movies of that period. But what we talked about, Ruffalo and I, was how important that movie, All the President's Men, was in 1976. It was about a real thing, but it was also important. You know, we went to a movie. It wasn't The Sting. It wasn't like Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. It was this real thing about two guys who just basically went door to door and knocked on enough doors that they finally broke the story.
Do you know what my favorite Watergate movie is? Not All the President's Men.
Is
Yes.
Dan Hedaya?
No, it's Dan Hedaya as Nixon. That
What's
is my.
that called?
It's called Dick. About.
That's right.
Because
About
Nixon's like, call me Dick.
Two aides, White House.
Two teenagers
that
who
work
become
in
the
the White House.
official White House or official dog walkers, and it's hysterical. And they uncover. They're going to mail their entry into, the one girl lives in the Watergate, and she goes to mail her entry into the Win a Date with Bobby Sherman contest, and they go down to the basement,
So it's
and they uncover, they're like, someone taped this door. It is, you never saw
No,
it? It
I
is.
heard about it.
It is
And I
one
heard
of the
Dan Hedaya was a good Nixon.
funniest, he should have been nominated for an Academy Award for that. It is probably one of the funniest movies I've ever seen.
Wow.
Especially if you grew up and you remember like all these things.
Right.
You know, and just, it was funny.
Well, again, in that, this is a much different kind of satire, but my favorite movie was Being There with Peter Sellers, where he's mistaken, he's a simpleton gardener, and he's mistaken in Washington D.C. for being this
Oh, that's right, this
grand,
intellect.
smart guy that they put him on television, and everybody starts saying he's going to be the next president.
I like to
Melvin
watch.
Douglas is in it, and right, I like to watch, and Shirley MacLaine.
And Shirley MacLaine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Had
Melvin
the great-
Douglas won the Academy Award that year.
The great Hal Ashby did that.
Oh, that was Hal Ashby directed that. Oh, that's
Yes,
great.
Yes. Listen, this weekend, if you're just joining us, we've got a lot going on. The Summerfest to benefit the Southampton Arts Center is Saturday night at 6 o'clock. G.E. Smith is at Guildhall 2 nights before that star-studded extravaganza.
And Hampton Summer Songbook. Can we get
Yes,
this?
look at that.
Did we get that?
There it is.
That was really wonderful. We had
Oh, look,
Craig,
we
had Craig
can
Urbano
Zoom.
there.
You're just,
oh my God.
We're just
Wait.
learning now we can Zoom?
Oh, no, wait, can I come out of light? Come back to the light, Carol Ann. Anyway,
Craig Urbano is going to sing about
Craig Urbano.
yeah, is going to sing about his life.
And that's Saturday at 7:30.
Right. And Bonnie and Clyde the musical is closing this weekend. Hey,
Closing with a bang.
yeah. Okay, you still have no idea who Andy Cohen's going to be in.
I wouldn't venture to guess.
Who was the kind of, was there a little press aide that was kind of a pipsqueaky guy that Andy would be
seen
good
it
at?
in
or-
25 years, like 25 years, probably longer. I haven't
Yeah,
seen that movie, so
yeah.
I don't know. But that sounds like a really interesting night. Probably, I bet you these people are going to have a hell of a lot of fun.
Yeah,
doing
I
that.
think so. I'm going to go. I'll report on it next week. And I'm going to work the red carpet, so I'm sure I'll have things that people will have told me from that about how much that movie meant to them when it came out, how it impacted
Right.
them. I guess if I had to guess, I would say Alec Baldwin is going to be Bernstein, and Woodward will probably be one of the younger actors that I don't know. Or it could be Ruffalo. I mean, I tried to ask
Is it
him. and he-
Ruffalo or Ruffalo?
Ruffalo. It's- he
Tomato,
responded to
tomato.
both. I said,
Clamato.
I've interviewed him a million times and on the
Oh
spot
my God, we
right
only
now
have a
live.
minute and a half left, Bill. What are we going to talk about?
Well, we're going to show folks the weather one more time.
Yay!
and,
Out the door, the Out the Door cast we used to call
yeah,
this
the
on Good Day New York. Let's take a look at the Out the Door cast. Anyway, do we have?
Hey, this is Weekend Live. I'm Bill McCuddy along with Patrick McLaughlin,
That's
and
me.
we're going to need these this weekend. We've
Thank
got
God.
a beautiful, beautiful weekend. We want to say goodbye. We've been so blessed this summer. We're going to be here one more weekend for Labor Day, and we want to thank Brown Harris Stevens for sending some folks here, but especially to Douglas Elliman and
Oh,
the
thanks.
folks there.
I owe them big time.
helping to pay the bills here.
They
And
help
we
keep
will-
the lights on.
We will be back in our regular studio next week. As we leave you, though, let's go back to that footage from the beach this week,
That's
because we had
crazy.
something like 8 and 10 and 12-foot waves.
Don't want to be
And,
on a boat. Don't want to be on a boat.
Till next week, we'll see you.
Bye, guys. Thank you. Thanks to the crew.
Help me. Help.
You did that. Was